Hi, this is Alex from Groovy Entertainment. Today we got another book on record to play. Today's book is The Chipmunk and Santa Harry from 1984. So let's get ready.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to your Chipmunk Read-Along book. Every time you hear Alvin sound his harmonica, it means it's time to turn the page in your storybook. Now, if you're ready, we'll start The Chipmunks in Santa Harry. And remember to turn the page every time you hear Alvin's harmonica. It was a hot summer day as Chipmunk Harry was rummaging through a garbage dumpster, looking for something to sell to an unsuspecting victim. Coming up with an old poster from a chipmunk concert, he exclaimed,
"Boy, if I had only known about the concert sooner, I could have made a few bucks scalping tickets. But maybe I can still pull a fast one on those chipmunks and make some big bucks."
Harry thought for a moment, then called out,
"I've got a great idea."
The next day, Alvin, Simon, and Theodore were playing on their front lawn when they heard a strange voice call out,
"Lawns mowed, only 50 cents."
The chipmunks couldn't believe their eyes.
"Santa Claus?"
They cried. Santa, who was really Harry in disguise, replied sadly,
"That's me. Do you boys need your lawn mowed? Why are you working in the middle of summer?
asked Simon, very puzzled.
And where's your sleigh?
Added Theodore.
And your reindeer?"
Piped up Alvin. Santa Harry sighed and replied,
"Gone. The bank repossessed them. At this rate, there won't be any presents for Christmas this year." "No presents?"
cried the chipmunks. Harry began to cry.
That's right, boys. No presents. Unless...
Sighing deeply, Santa took a piece of paper from his pocket, unfolded it, and explained,
"The only thing that can save Christmas this year is this amusement park, Santa's Place. But it's only a dream. I had to lay off all my elves, and now there's no one to help me build it."
The chipmunks' eyes lit up and they shouted.
"We can help you, Santa."
Harry smiled. The chipmunks had played right into his hands.
"Well, boys, maybe you could at that. But these plans are top secret, and you have to promise not to tell anyone about them, not even Dave. Our lips are sealed."
Promised the chipmunks. Suddenly, Alvin had an idea.
"I think I know just the place to build your amusement park."
Alvin led Simon, Theodore, and Santa to an old, run-down farmhouse, and the chipmunks immediately began working on Santa's place. As the sun beat down on them, Theodore painted the candy cane pole, Simon hammered the sleigh together, and Alvin carried over a heavy Christmas tree. Meanwhile, Santa Harry pretended to supervise as he rested under a shady tree. Day after day, week after week, the chipmunks worked until Santa's place was ready. Theodore was just painting the last stripe on the last candy cane pole when he gasped breathlessly.
"Wow, Santa! How does it look?"
Santa Harry smiled proudly and said,
It's a miracle, boys. You all did a great job. We may have a Christmas after all. Why, I can just see the faces of those happy children now.
Then to himself, Harry muttered,
This Santa scheme is gonna make me a very rich man. I mean, ho, ho, ho.
The next day was the grand opening of Santa's place. Crowds filled the park, waiting for the moment when Santa and the chipmunks would appear. Dressed as elves, the chipmunks pulled Santa's sleigh onto the big stage.
Gosh, this sleigh is heavy.
Moaned Alvin.
I sure don't know how those tiny reindeer do it.
Groaned Theodore.
I hope he doesn't expect us to fly.
Added Simon. The chipmunks not only pulled the sleigh for Santa Harry, but operated all the other attractions in the park as well. Theodore ran the bakery, Simon ran the snow machine, and Alvin ran the toy store. Opening day was a great success. The crowds loved Santa's place, and so did Harry, with all the money he had made. That gave Harry an idea.
If I can make this much money with one set of chipmunks, imagine what I could do with 100 sets. 100 sets of chipmunk robots. What an idea! Harry, you're a genius. Now, all you need are some investors to get this scheme going.
So Harry started calling his investors. Call after call went this way.
Yes, you heard right. Chipmunk robots. I tell you, it's the greatest idea ever. Why, there's 1,000,001 uses for owning your own chipmunk robot. So, if you want to get in on the deal, come to the investors meeting tonight. And bring your checkbook. Bye-bye. Now, all I gotta do is get those gullible chipmunks to make robots of themselves. Boy, Santa sure is picky.
Muttered Simon as he adjusted the glasses on his robot.
I hope I got it right this time. The last hairs in place are mine.
Added Theodore as he combed his robot.
Santa's really hard to please. He's rejected hundreds of robots we've already made.
As Alvin tightened the neck on his robot, he told his brothers,
You guys heard what Santa said. He needs 3 perfect robots to replace us in case one of us gets sick. We wouldn't want any kids to miss Christmas.
All that work left the chipmunks exhausted, and they plunked themselves down on a couch outside Santa Harry's office to take a nap. Evening came, and Harry's investors started arriving for his meeting. One investor noticed the sleeping chipmunks, and thinking they were the robots Harry was selling, remarked,
These chipmunk robots certainly look lifelike. I think I will buy a set from Harry.
Alvin opened one eye and muttered to himself,
Was I dreaming? Or did I hear chipmunk robots buy a set from Harry?
Suddenly, Alvin realized what Harry's scheme was.
Why, that Santa is a fake! He tricked us into making robots for his get-rich-quick scheme. Well, 2 can play at that game.
And Alvin figured out a perfect plan to ruin Harry's scheme. Harry got all dressed up to greet his investors and take them around. Then he ordered his robots to show them how the park snow machine worked. What he didn't know was that the real chipmunks were pretending to be robots as they ran the machine.
The fuel's going in.
Whispered Theodore as he poured in the water.
snow's on the way, Alvin,
whispered Simon as he turned the wheel. And Alvin sprayed the investors with snow. Harry tried to calm the investors.
Please, folks, it's nothing. Just a few cakes. We'll iron them out in a few days.
Demonstration after demonstration got sabotaged by the chipmunks until the investors turned on Harry and came after him.
These chipmunk robots don't work at all,
Shouted one investor.
What do you take us for?
Yelled another.
I want my money back, you crook.
Screamed a third investor. Harry panicked. And the investors chased Harry through the park, out the gate, and who knows where. As Alvin stood looking at all the chipmunk robots he and his brothers had made, he thought,
It's a shame to waste these robots after all our work. They must be good for something.
back home, the chipmunks decided to have their robots finish their chores around the house. Dave was thrilled to see the chipmunks working so hard until he realized these weren't the real chipmunks at all. It soon dawned on Dave that Alvin had found a new way to avoid doing his chores, and Dave yelled, "Alvin!"
So that was The Chipmunk and Santa Harry from 1984. So please like, subscribe, share, and comment, and have a groovy day. And sorry about the dog barking in the background. He heard the snow melting off the roof hitting the ground. In our last Christmas book is The Poppers, or The Popperleys, called Nutcracker Christmas.